Alors, this is Siddiq with you on NA's Weekly English News. The United Nations Refugee Agency has asked Bangladesh to allow it to negotiate with the United States, Canada, and some European countries to resettle around 1,000 Rohingya Muslims living in South Asian nations, a senior official at the agency said. Tens of thousands of Rohingya live in Bangladesh after fleeing Buddhist-majority Myanmar since early 1990s, and their number has been swelled by an estimated 69,000, escaping an army crackdown in northern Arakan state in recent months. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, would push for resettlement of those most in need despite growing resistance in some developed countries, particularly the United States under President Donald Trump. UNHCR's Bangladesh representative Shinji Kubo told media, UNHCR will continue to work with authorities concerned, including the United States, Kubo said. Regardless of change in the government or government policies, I think UNHCR has a clear responsibility to pursue a protection-oriented resettlement program. Kubo said 1,000 Rohingya refugees have been identified as priorities for resettlement on medical grounds or because they have been separated from their family members living abroad. Resettlement will always be a challenging thing because only a small number of resettlement opportunities are being allocated by the international community at the moment, Kubo said in an interview. But it is our job to try to consult with respective countries based on the protection and humanitarian need of these individuals. Around 56,000 Rohingya refugees living in Malaysia will be given access to education, training and healthcare using funds contributed by the Qatar government. Refugees who are holders of United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees card will be coordinated by National Security Council, headed by Prime Minister's Department and several ministries, as well as NGOs working with the community members, reports the Daily Star. Our commitment is to ensure the funds reach the community to better their lives here while waiting to return or be sent somewhere else, said Malaysian Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. Malaysia's call for the global community to aid Rohingya refugees support for the Qatar government, which agreed to provide funds to help the refugees in Malaysia. The commitment by the Qatar was secured after a series of meetings between Zahid and the top leadership of Emirates during his visit there recently. The financial assistance is channeled to the Qatar Development Fund. The Prime Minister of Bangladesh said in a meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel on the sideline of 53rd Munich Security Conference that she sought support of the international community to arrange temporary accommodation for Myanmar Rohingya refugees in a healthy and safe environment in Bangladesh. So Bangladesh government wants to shift them to an open, healthy area by providing all civic facilities, she said, seeking support of Germany and other countries in this regard. Sheikh Hasina said Bangladesh have taken the issue of extruded Myanmar Rohingya citizens from a humanitarian point of view, but their stay and activities in Cox's Bazar, an important tourist town, is causing destruction of environment, sanitation system, landscape and nature, forcing them to live in an inhuman condition. In their hour-long meeting, they discussed various issues relating to mutual interest, including the ways of boosting relationship between the two countries in the areas of trade and business, development and refugee issues, the Prime Minister's press secretary Ehsanul Karim said while briefing reporters after the meeting. The Prime Minister informed the German Chancellor about the socio-economic progress of the country in different areas, particularly in gender, party, women empowerment and poverty reduction, the press secretary said. UN Human Rights Envoy Ms. Yang Healy was Tuesday visiting Rohingya refugee camps in southeastern Bangladesh, where thousands have taken shelter after fleeing a military crackdown in Myanmar. Almost 73,000 Rohingya have arrived in Bangladesh since the military unleashed a 4-month campaign of violence against the stateless Muslim minority that the United Nations says may amount to the crimes against humanity. The refugees, most of whom are living in squid-lit camps in Cox's Bazar district, which borders Myanmar's Arakan state, have bore harrowing amount of systematic rape, killings and tortures at the hands of the military. Lee, the United Nations Special Rapporteur on the issue, was in a coastal district on Tuesday after holding talks with government ministers in Dhaka about the crisis. There was no immediate comment from the UN, but the Bangladesh Foreign Ministry said Dhaka has expressed concern about the presence of the Rohingya in the country. She is now visiting the camps to talk to the refugees, Bangladesh Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Khaleda Begum told AFP. Myanmar says its army has now halted its operations in Arakan, which were aimed at finding militiants who attacked police border guard post on 9 October. And now to our international segment. US-backed Iraqi security forces closing in on the Islamic State-held western half of Mosul stormed the city's airport and a nearby military base on Thursday, state television said. Counter-Terrorism Service (CTS) troops and elite Interior Ministry units known as Rapid Response descended on the airport early on Thursday nearby the Guzlani military complex, CTS spokesman Shaba Al-Numan told State TV. Our forces started a major operation early in the morning to storm the airport of Mosul and Guzlani base to dislodge Daesh Islamic State terrorists. We can confirm that the Mosul airport militarily has fallen and it's a matter of short time to fully control it, Numan said. After ousting the militant group from eastern Mosul last month, Iraqi forces have sought to capture the airport and use it to launch pad for an onslaught into the west of Iraq's second largest city. The airport and the military complex, which includes barracks and training grounds and sprawls across an area close to Baghdad-Mosul highway, was captured by Islamic State fighters when they overrun Mosul in June 2014. Loss of Mosul could be spelled the end of Iraqi side of ISIS self-styled Caliphate, which is declared the city after sweeping through the vast areas of Iraq and Syria. Malaysia has requested Interpol to put an alert on to apprehend 4 North Korean suspects in the murder of Kim Jong-nam, Malaysia's police chief Khalid Abu Bakr said on Thursday. The standard half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was killed in Kuala Lumpur's main airport last week, in what South Korean and US officials say was an assassination carried out by the North Korean agents. Khalid said on Thursday that 2 women, 1 Vietnamese and 1 Indonesian, arrested last week and has been paid for carrying out the fatal assault on Kim Jong-nam using a fast-acting poison, but declined to say if they were working for a spy agency. Police are holding 1 North Korean man but are seeking another 7 in connection with the murder. 3 of them, a diplomat, a state airline official and another man, are believed to still be in Malaysia. The other 4 are believed to have fled Malaysia on February 13, the day of the killing. Khalid told reporters that a request has been made to Interpol to put out an alert to apprehend the 4 suspects who they believe have already made their way back to North Korea. Thank you for watching these shapes today. Hope to see you very soon with more news.